Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good afternoon, Eastern Iowa. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Danny Cassie. Of course, with the lack of rain we've seen really over the past few months, really since the start of August, our drought is worsening here in Eastern Iowa, and severe drought has now appeared in portions of Chickasaw County there, a lot of Bremer County, a lot of Fayette, Winnebago County, and the edges there of Clayton and Alameda County, and then the far northern edge of Blackhawk County. Much of the rest of the area, especially along and north of Highway 30, is in that moderate drought and then abnormally dry, kind of for our far southern areas. And with the lack of rain over the next 7 to 10 days, it'll probably even get worse as we head through the month of October. So overall today, high temperatures, pretty warm, and the warmth hasn't helped either. Again, when it's warmer, obviously things dry out pretty quickly. So high temperatures for today, upper 70s along the Mississippi and for our far northern areas. Otherwise, low to mid 80s for the rest of the area. Again, our normal high is 66, and we're nearly 20 degrees above that in some spots. We'll see plenty of sunshine, but filtered sunshine. There's a little bit of a haze there, so we'll see a little bit of that. And then again, it's pretty warm. Winds are out of the south, pretty light, only about 5 to 10. For tonight, low temperatures will be in the low to mid 50s. We'll have mostly clear skies. We'll start off clear, but a few thin clouds will move in from the north, and then that could give us a little bit of a mostly clear sky, but that's about it. We're staying mild because those lows, again, about 10 degrees above normal, and winds are light out of the south. Now, last week, it was a little bit kind of backwards, and what I mean by that is when the best chance of northern lights happened, Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday didn't quite happen. Then Sunday, Monday, they did. So tonight, we should have a pretty good chance. Hopefully it lines up a little bit better, but there's a pretty big geomagnetic storm that happened in space, and I'm not going to act like I know exactly what's going on there, but what I do know is we do have a chance here in all of Eastern Iowa for the northern lights. So there's a pretty strong KP index of 8, it only goes up to 9. So for that, again, any time is really the best time. I would say probably earlier in the night is a little bit better just because we can avoid those clouds. We'll have to hope that that smoke elevated doesn't hurt either. So again, for those tips, get away from city lights, let those eyes adjust, obviously look to the north, photograph at long exposure for some phones, an iPhone I think in particular, if you put night mode on that can help, and then use a tripod to steady it. And sometimes I get so excited I shake. Yeah, if you get excited like me, maybe you don't have something to stabilize it. So we'll show you the clouds. So right after sunset here's 7 o'clock, sunset's roughly 6:30, so we have clear skies, and really through much of the overnight hours we do. Here's midnight, still seeing those clear skies, but then we'll see a little bit of a thin cloud cover move in after midnight. So again, I should say, or really any time tonight should be a good viewing time for the northern lights, but we'll have to just kind of wait and see what happens. Usually what is a good indicator is if off to our east, where it's already dark out, if they're starting to see the northern lights come in, then maybe we'll have a good chance of it. So just kind of a wait and see game to see if we can see them. And again, that other thing I mentioned is the wildfire smoke. That might hinder it a little bit if it just gives us enough haze to block it out. So we'll hopefully that doesn't, or if that isn't the case, I should say, but a lot of the wildfires are billowing out here in Oregon and especially Idaho. You can see this kind of trail that's being lifted into the atmosphere and dragged over to portions of the central United States. And that'll continue to happen here throughout the next couple of days or so until they can contain those fires. But you notice over Iowa, especially during the day tomorrow, it is going to be very thick smoke, kind of on that orange, almost red color. So we're going to see it through at least Saturday, if not the rest of the weekend into early next week. But thankfully, it should stay elevated, meaning no air quality impacts, or at least minimal air quality impacts. Overall, tomorrow, we're going to see pretty warm conditions once again. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s, except for Decorah there in 79. Near record highs in some areas. I think we'll fall just short, but it could be pretty close. Warm conditions, obviously, with a southwest wind, about 5 to 15. Your city-by-city forecast for Waterloo, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, and Iowa City. So we're going to be warm up tomorrow. Then a cold front moves through Friday evening into the day on Saturday, so we'll cool down a little bit for our day on Saturday. Then Sunday, it's going to feel like fall out there. Strong northwest gusts up to 35 miles per hour and highs right around normal in the upper 50s and low 60s. Monday even cooler. We might not even hit 60 degrees on Monday. And then after that, through the rest of the week, we warm up pretty quickly into Thursday and Friday with maybe, yes, maybe, a rain chance next Saturday.